Welcome to Majesty's House of Music. Now, as you've seen on our YouTube pages, we've been posting a beginner series on the key of D. Okay, we've been posting some beginner series on the key of D. So today we are going to start on what I call an intermediate series. Okay, it's just going to be a little bit intermediate, and then later we'll do the advanced. Okay, but for now this is going to be intermediate. It's going to be an intermediate course on the key of D. It's going to be an intermediate series, so I would highly suggest that you keep it here. You click on the notification button because a new video will be coming up like every day. Okay, for your voicings on the key of D. So let's get right into it. So this is your key D. Okay, so now you are a beginner and maybe you've done some of those basics. You know what you know your D major scale. You know it with both hands. Okay, you should know how to play that scale with both hands. Okay, you should know how to play the D major scale with both hands. Then you've done your triads. Okay. Then you've done your major sevens and minor sevens, yeah. Okay. So you've done such things. So those are the things you should have known by now if you're a beginner. In fact, you should know how to play them with both hands, your left hand and your right hand. So that's your 2, your 3, your 4, your 5. Your 5 is always a dominant 7. Then you have your 6. It's minor 7, your 7 diminished, then back to your 1, which is a major 7. So you must have done those 7th. So check out those series, those beginner series, if you don't know some of these things I'm talking about. So today I'm going to introduce a new thing which I call voicings. So you may ask yourself, yeah, you know all these things, but why don't you sound like an advanced player? You see, why don't you sound like an advanced player? You may ask yourself. I know all the major sevens, I know all the triads I need to know, I know my scales, but why don't I sound like a professional player? Okay, so this is why I'm introducing this intermediate series. So we're going to start with voicings. Let me show you how you voice your left hand, then in part 2 I'll show you how to make your right hand sound better. So this is how most of us voice our left hand. Let's say we are playing on the key of D. So this is your 1. Mostly you'll find people voicing it like this. Yeah, you have D, A and D. Then this is what people will voice for the 2, E, B and E. Yeah, then we'll have the 3, F sharp, C sharp and F sharp, or maybe this F sharp, D and F sharp. Then you have your 4, D, G, D, 5, A, E, A, 6, B, F sharp, B. Then you have 7. 7 usually looks something like C sharp, A and C sharp again, or others even voice it like that, C sharp, A flat and C sharp back to your 1, D and D. Now I want you to let's say we are playing 1 to 7, and then I'll voice my left hand like that, and then I'll voice it in the way I usually voice it, and then we'll see the difference. So this is your 1. Okay, you see my left hand, D, A, D. I'm playing an inversion on my right hand, that's A, D, F sharp, then 2. See that? That's my 2. I'm just playing the normal chords, okay? So then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, Yeah, you may say I'm making it sound bad, but that's exactly how you sound if you play like that. Then you have your 7. Then you have your 1. Okay, so that's exactly how you sound when you play like that. It's exactly how you sound. So what do we do to make it better? Now I'm going to be looking at those who have those who have big hands like mine and those who have small hands, okay, in the next like 4 minutes or so. So this is how you voice. So for those who have big hands or you have long fingers, even if you have small fingers, you can learn how to stretch, okay? So I'm going to give you what I call the 10th stretch. The 10th stretch. So this is how you will voice your 1, something like this. You see that? D, A, and F sharp. So that's already a chord in itself. So even if you don't play any chord on your left hand, on your right hand, you still have a chord on your right hand. Okay, you can still play like that. Okay, so you have D, A, and F sharp. Now I'm dealing with those people who can do this stretch. Okay, so that's your 1. Now you have your 2. You have your 2. You have E, B, and G. Okay. Okay. Then you have your 3. You have F sharp, D, and A. Then you have your 4. I'll even give you this one. You have G, D, A, and B. You have your 4. Then you have your 5. Okay, that's A, E, and C sharp. But depending on your voicing, you could do this. You could also do A, E, and B. Okay, you could do A, E, and B, or A, E, and C sharp, or A, E, and D, depending on what you really want to achieve. Okay, then you have your 6, B, F sharp, and D. Okay, then you have 7, C sharp, A, and E. Okay, then back to your 1, D, A, and F sharp. So let's try playing those chords with this voicing that I call the 10th stretch and see how it sounds. So you have this one. You see now that sounds a little bit more complete. Let's play the 2. You see that? Then you have the 3. Okay. Then you have the 4. See that? Sounds a little bit more complete. Then you have 5. Then you have 6. Then you have 7. Then back to your 1. Okay, so that sounds a little bit more complete. So why should you be playing this all the time? Yeah, you don't have to play that. Now for those who cannot do the stretch, let me give you options. Now you have something like this. For the one you can just keep it simple. You can play the D, A, D, and E. Okay, the D, A, D, and E. Okay, so your thumb plays these 2 notes, D and E. So instead of just, okay, and then you see that looks much better. Then for your 2, I like to use a reduced voicing, so I'll have something like this. So that's your 2. Okay, so E, B, and D. Instead of E, B, and E, you have E, B, and D. Then you have your 3, which I like to voice like this. F, D, and E. F sharp, D, and E, I mean. Or F, C sharp, and E, depending, yeah? Or if you're playing a 1 over the 3, voice it like that. If you're playing maybe a 5 over the 3, or you can still voice it like that, yeah? The F sharp, D, and E. Then you have your 4. You can have that. G, D, and F sharp, okay? Now there I played a G major 7 at 9, yeah? I played a 1 chord on my right hand, yeah? Over the 4. Or maybe this, G, D, G, A. Then you can play now your G on the right, B, D, and G, okay? Then you have your 5, which I'm voicing like that, A, E, and G on my left hand. Okay, today I'm concentrating on left hand voicing. Okay, then you have your 6, which looks like B, F sharp, and A. Okay, Then you have your 7, which looks like this: C sharp, A and B. Then back to your 1, D, A, D and E. Or if you are playing a major 7, you could just play like that, the D, A and C sharp. Okay, so you have those voicings. For those who can do the stretch, I said you play the 10th stretch. Yeah. Okay. Then to the 6, to the 7, to the 1. For those who cannot do the 10th stretch, play this, your 1, or this. Okay. To the 2. The 2 looks like that. The 3, the 4, or this. Then the 5. Then the 6, then the 7, then the 1. Okay, so you have those voicings for your left hand. So instead of you playing, yeah, you know, all the time, yeah, you don't have to play like that. So make sure your left hand sounds a little bit like a chord. Yeah, that makes your chord work more complete. Okay, so that's simple intermediate voicings for your left hand. For the advanced voicings, we'll do them later, but for now, make sure you get those intermediate voicings. Even if you can stretch, make sure you learn both the 10th stretch and the reduced voicing. Okay, so make sure you learn those left hand voicings very well. So that will be it for this series. It's something pretty short. Yeah, so I'll see you in part 2. So this is part 1, left hand voicings. Make sure you practice the left hand voicings very well. So I'll see you in part 2 of this series.